What the fuck is up, everyone?
The love child of Hagrid and Professor Trelawney has entered the chat.
Not only is this episode late, but we're also eating this episode.
Sorry.
Because I was like, I need to eat.
Me not doing my hair should be a crime. It should be a crime. This? What do you mean? What do you mean this is what I have to work with?
I can't believe how, like, straight and stuff you get it.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, smooth and slick.
And this is what I have to work with. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you reckon it would go curlier if you really tried?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
But that's too much work.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. And, like, my issue with wearing my hair natural, right, is, like, if I were to use all the products and stuff and, like, do it properly, yeah, it'll look great after a wash. The minute I rest my head onto that pillow,
Yeah, okay.
ruined.
Do you need one of those, like, silk head things?
Ruined. I don't know, or like a bonnet. I don't know how curly hair girls make it through the whole bit.
Funny that you say that, actually, because randomly a video of Abby Chatfield came up on my feed last night. And she was talking about having curly hair.
Yeah.
And, like, she was, like, in the shower, showing how naughty it gets and, like, showing how she has to brush it. I was like, if I had to get into the shower just to brush my hair,
Yeah.
and it took 20 minutes, I'd shave my head. I don't know how people with curly hair do that.
Yeah.
I didn't realise curly hair was so difficult.
Yeah, truly.
Like, what the fuck is its problem?
I know. Like, if I was to brush this, nah.
Really?
Diabolical. Yeah. Diabolical.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought I had a hard life with dead straight hair, and now I'm realising that I'm actually God's favourite.
Yeah, I wish I had dead straight hair. That would solve a lot of my problems.
Anyway,
We digress.
what the fuck is going on? What's up?
What have been your peaks and pits of the week?
Okay, so
Bring us up to speed.
pits would be the heat.
Yeah.
It also featured as a peak for 3 minutes yesterday.
Yesterday was fun.
I had a great day yesterday. So I got up, went to Pilates. Oh, that would be a peak. It was my first full week of Pilates. I went like 6 times. So a peak would be got up, went to the 7 a.m. Pilates class. Then no, it wasn't 7 a.m. The 9:45 Pilates class yesterday. I'm getting my days confused. Then we went and got coffee. And then we went down to the beach, caught up with Mark and Jackie, and we went jet skiing. It was so nice down there. So flat. So nice. Did some paddleboarding. Had the best time at the beach, arguably. We did not get out of the water once. Living our little mermaid life. Although a crab bit me on the foot. And that really fucking pissed me off. Krusty the crab. Then we went to the pub to watch the footy. Another pit. Collingwood just played like trash.
They didn't play at all.
And we said this yesterday, like, your only job is to play football. And I get the whole, like, it's the first week of the season, so everyone's getting back into it. No,
but like you played together for ages.
the
Like,
team isn't that different.
The objective is still the same every year.
Yeah, you know, like, how do you go from winning a grand final to not even coming like 50% of what the other team shot?
Like, this is one of those times where I would be fine with a man trying to mansplain this to me because I just cannot wrap my head around it.
My gut feel is that they get complacent. They win a grand final and then they get complacent, whereas all the other teams, they're like working harder for it.
But like, how do you get complacent when it's your job? Like, you get paid.
Because they're like, we get paid for this either way.
Yeah, true.
Just
Just
nuts.
play better. Like, I just don't understand what the issue is.
Right.
Just play good.
I feel like maybe the Dacos brothers should have spent more time training during the break than they were with Brianna LaPuglia in New York City. That's what I'm going to say.
Curse.
It's a curse.
The LaPuglia curse.
Now their careers are on the downfall. So,
Damn.
yeah, I don't know what the fuck that's about, but that pissed me off.
But yeah, opening round this week. Lovely. More than half of the games got canned because of Cyclone Alfred just ruining everyone's life.
That's another peak. The content that came off the back of Cyclone Alfred.
Not Cyclone Alfred itself. But
No, but like people were keeping me fucking entertained in Brisbane.
Yeah.
They really were. Another peak. The food at the pub.
Oh, yeah, that went down a treat.
We had garlic bread. We had trio of dips. And we had arguably one of the best plates of wedges I've ever had.
Yeah, that was good.
Had an affogato. Not the best affogato I've ever had. It was alright. But then when I got home, and I honestly think I had heat stroke. I tried to nap for an hour. Benji wouldn't let me nap.
Benji.
And I was in the worst mood. I was so irritable. I didn't feel good. I was like, you know what? I'll have a shower. That might help. I'll have another shower. Because I was like, maybe I'll wash my hair. Like, I felt really hot. Get in the shower because I didn't feel well. I'm like trying to make myself vomit in the shower.
Oh my God.
Imagine being hunched over. Like my frail frog-like body hunched over in the shower. I look like the Substance character. And I'm like, in the shower trying to make myself vomit to make myself feel better.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I did feel a little bit I didn't vomit. I did feel a little bit better though. And then I chilled the fuck out after that. But then another pit. Nothing good has come out to watch this week.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's enough from me. What about you?
Peak. Oh, so glad you asked. So, I'm reading the Harry Potter books for the first time. And no, let me tell you, I wish if I had like a Make-A-Wish Foundation wish.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Make-A-Wish? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My wish would be to erase my brain of knowing the plot of Harry Potter.
Do you love it that much?
Because there are so many twists in Harry Potter, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Fucking Professor Quirrell has Voldemort on the back of his head.
How did you not know that?
No, like, I know that, but, like, that's a crazy twist.
Yeah, it is.
J.K. Rowling is a thriller writer. You can't prove me otherwise. What do you mean in Chamber of Secrets, fucking Tom Riddle is Harry Potter? I mean, wait, Tom Riddle is Voldemort.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine not...
And it spells it out, yeah.
Imagine not knowing that going into Chamber of... My jaw would have been on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been flabbergasted.
Yeah.
I would have been doing one of these, walking around the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Where are you up to?
I'm up to Prisoner of Azkaban.
Mm.
And...
That's the best book.
Yeah, it's my favorite movie. And I think they've just done the bit with the boggart in the wardrobe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they've had their first class with Professor Lupin.
Mm-hmm. He's such a good teacher.
And then, like, in that one, how Hermione has that little dingle-dangle that lets her go back in time to do all her classes. Crazy!
I was a massive Hermione stan. Like, I wanted to be Hermione.
Slay. She's just so on top of it. And then Sirius Black being Harry's godfather.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a thriller writer right there.
Yeah.
That is a thriller writer.
Like, understandably, she's a fuckhead.
She's an absolute loser.
And we hate J.K. Rowling, but the
She
bitch
knows
can write.
She knows a thing or two about a
The
thing or two.
bitch can write.
Wow, wow, wee, wow. Yeah, I am having the best time.
I'm glad.
I'm in my Harry Potter era.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Another peak. Day yesterday. That was a fun day.
It was a good day.
Long weekend. Live, laugh, love.
Yeah.
Pit, yeah, the heat. I'm over it.
Mm-hmm.
I am glad that we're in Melbourne next week because that's almost guaranteeing us at least a little bit of chill.
Imagine it's fucking scorching hot, like they have a heat wave.
I will scream.
Mm-hmm.
Like R2-D2 down the Melbourne Walk.
I mean, fact. I'm excited for Formula One.
Yes, everyone. Okay. Itinerary discussion. So, next weekend, we
Oh my god.
are going to Melbourne for the Formula One.
Round of applause.
I'm finally living my dream. My dream of all dreams. We snagged some really good tickets. So we
Yeah.
got grandstand tickets. So we get a seat, which I'm very excited for. But because it's such a busy weekend in Melbourne, every man and his dog is going. Flights were so expensive, so fucking expensive. So we're gonna live another Formula One dream and drive there.
Yeah, we're gonna just road trip. We're gonna be living.
We're
like
gonna cosplay
Britney Spears in like Crossroads or whatever it is.
Yeah. So we put a little, and like this is our first time going. I've never been to a Grand Prix. I've never, like, the only really like sporting events we've been to have been like Live Golf and Gather Round. Really,
I've been to Adelaide 500.
Oh yeah,
years and years and years ago. Meh.
So we took it to our TikTok and we put a call out. We were like, F1 girlies, what's the go? Give us some tips. Give us your hottest tips. Like, we're not really too phased about meeting the drivers and like doing the Melbourne walk. Like, I feel like there are other people where like that is like their life for them. So
knowing like how crazy people are, like we've seen TikToks where people get there at 4 a.m.
and they're like running.
Yeah.
Running.
You're
to
never
Melbourne
going to
walk.
catch us running.
No.
Okay?
Not for a man. Not for a man.
What was I going to say? I can't remember. Keep going.
So yeah, we put it out to TikTok. We were like, hey, give us your tips. We want to vibe. We want to have a fun time. We want to do all the free things. We want to get cool pics.
Yeah.
And just have fun. So I'm going to read out some of the tips that the lovely little cherubs over at TikTok
So everyone shut the fuck up.
gave us.
Listen.
Yeah. I'm just going to go by names because this obviously doesn't show the TikTok handle, but Kath said, this is not at the track, but definitely check out the Williams fan zone. John Toscano is also running his exhibit again on Chapel Street in South Yarra. Def's worth checking out if you have the time. That, absolutely. I want to go to that exhibit. That's been showing all over my TikTok and it looks like a fun time. And the Williams fan zone too. God bless. Clem commented and said, it's my first GP and I'm so excited. I made a few little bracelets to exchange too. I'll be at Fangio.
Can I just say, like, not to poo-poo on everyone's parade, but please no one come up to me and offer me a bracelet.
No,
please.
offer Caitlin a bracelet. That's our little trinket.
Please don't.
That's a little souvenir.
I don't want to have to say no to you. I really don't.
Emily said, just walk around the track and try to find as much free stuff as possible. Like, for example, last year, Mecca was giving away a lot of free products and makeovers. I know Indomie give away free ramen packs. Oh, yeah, I know them. Like who? Chemist Warehouse last year gave away bags full of goodies and free massages. Sign me up for that.
No.
Rinse and repeat. Let's go.
If I love anything, it's a freebie, all right? And so I'm going to be treating this. Girl, you're dribbling on the computer. I'm going to be treating this like the yellow fucking brick road. I'm going to be running around looking for all the freebies.
Ms. Sorrento 1208, the driver fan forums on Friday and Saturday are a must. Visit Mecca Max for makeup touch-ups and spin the wheel. F2 and F3 paddock to view the cars. That's fun. We should do that.
Do you reckon they'll let me sit in it? I wouldn't be able to get in.
You'd be stuck. They'll be like, now you have to drive it.
Yeah.
So many eateries throughout with plenty of vibe, and most importantly, don't wear white shoes. They will totally get ruined. Everybody said to dress comfy, not to wear white because it's really dusty. So I'm thinking it's kind of like Live Golf.
Yeah, I'm thinking Live Golf vibes, which is fine.
Which is interesting because I will be wearing my white Converse, but that's neither here nor there.
You can wash them.
You can wash Converse. But yes, big thank you to everyone that popped in comments. I'm so excited. I can't wait to just be an absolute menace and just run around and like just collect all the free things.
Because realistically,
and just look at everything. I just want to look.
We're there Saturday and Sunday. The only time we really need to be seated
is for the race.
Is at like 3 p.m. Sunday for the race.
Yeah.
And that goes for like an hour.
And like Saturday for the quali.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that,
and
we can get our steps
also,
up.
there are 6 rookies this season. And like the first bend in the track is notorious for crashing.
Well, I want to see all the crashes.
That's going to be an interesting, fun time. So yes, very excited. Cannot fucking wait.
I just don't know what to expect. But I'm excited. I saw that there's like water at this thing. Like there's a fucking pond. Like,
Oh yeah, like a lake. Yeah,
it's
you cross
massive.
it. You
Yeah,
cross it
and
to
they
get,
have like bridges,
they've built bridges for it.
but
yeah,
they look like the ones that sit on the water and they move a bit.
Fun.
I'm gonna fucking
Like
fall in
Wipeout.
Yeah, I'm gonna be fucking
Ding bitch.
doing Wipeout.
Also very excited to see what the girly pops wear to this. I feel like it's going to be an absolute vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Fashion and like costume fashion, because everyone will be going in the colours of their teams.
Not me.
Love that.
I'm gonna look like shit.
I'm going comfy.
I'm predicting it now.
I'm going comfy by all means.
What would you do?
Oh, also hats. I want to buy a hat, and you said guess the price of the hats on the pod. So okay, I'm gonna say okay. If it's under, no, see, this is criminal because the amount that I would spend on a hat, that's actually insane. Like,
Okay.
if I think about it in my head, that's not...
How much do you genuinely think you're walking up to one of the merch, the team merch things?
Like, in my head, I would say, like, $80 for a hat.
Mm-hmm.
But I know in my mind of minds that they're going to rort that fucking price up. 120.
They're 85 to 100.
Okay, that's all right. I can justify that, yeah.
I can't believe you're like, I'm going to pay $100 for a fucking baseball cap.
For a Ferrari baseball
You better
cap.
try it on first.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to just buy it off the me, sold. No, I want a Ferrari one. Not that I would ever wear it ever again.
Which is a crazy thing to spend $100 on.
I know, but it will complete the outfit though. Then everyone will know that I go for
See
Ferrari.
if you can buy one on Amazon
I don't know.
for cheaper.
I don't know.
Like, what do they put in it for it to be justified at $100? Crack?
Let's have a look. Ferrari. Forza Ferrari. Ferrari cap. $50 from Culture Kings.
Oh, well, let's go to Culture Kings on Friday.
Like a basic one. That's cute. I reckon I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon that fits the bill.
That's cute because I feel like you could wear that again.
Yeah.
Like if we went to a GWS game, you could wear that.
GWS are orange though.
Oh, never mind then.
Sydney Swans maybe?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Slay. Also they have like that little F1 merch store in the city as well that we can try. Anyway.
I think we try those. See what time Culture Kings is open to on Friday. And let's go there.
Fun.
Because, like, if you can save $50 but get the same result,
Yeah, absolutely.
that's an entire dinner.
Or even if we go down, because remember how on Friday we said that we were going. Also, if I was going to do F1 again, I would 100% go like a week earlier.
What do you mean? The fucking thing's not on.
Yeah, but like there's all like the fan things going on. Like I would do a week.
Oh, like you'd get there earlier, yeah.
Like maybe like Tuesday to the Monday.
Yeah,
Go
right.
for a week. Spread out the events that I want to do because like the park's open, so like you can
like drive around it, can't you?
drive around it, walk around it. You can run the track if you want. Like
And do you want to run the track?
maybe if you give me a year, I'd be able to. Go to see all the little pop-up things across the Yarra River. Go to that exhibit. And then all of like the like fan forums, they're all on the Friday.
Yeah, okay. We really didn't do any research.
No, we didn't. But also like I'm not going to pay like that much money for a 3-4 day. I also couldn't get time off work, so that's
Yeah.
a thing. But yeah, if I was to do it again, I'd definitely go earlier. Mm-hmm. Like maybe Wednesday.
Yeah, okay. I could do that.
Wednesday
I
to
could live
Monday.
with that.
I hope it's fun because I would love to do this again next year.
I think it's going to be fun.
I think it'll be really fun.
I think we just, if we just are comfy, hopefully the weather's right.
Oh yeah, let's look at the weather.
We just dress comfy but cute
Yeah.
and just take our time.
Yeah.
They're going to need to be throwing Red Bulls around that track because I'm going to need all the energy I can get.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Friday, cloudy and 31. Saturday, cloudy and 34.
Hey, what the fuck? Hey.
Sunday, 40% chance of rain and 26.
Oh, I can do that.
That's okay. It's a 31 and 34 that I'm like...
Why?
I bought a leather bomber jacket because I was like, it's going to be cold. That's all right. I'll get my wear out of it at the footy. It's fine. That That changes things because I was going to wear pants.
What the fuck?
I
have to shave my legs.
I don't want to wear shorts.
I have to shave my legs.
I don't want to wear shorts. I don't have shorts to wear.
I could wear maybe my black denim shorts on the Saturday and then wear these pants on the Sunday. I need a burp, everyone.
Oh, that was a good one.
Everyone rate it out of 10. I'm so
8.
annoying this episode. I'm fucking foul.
Damn. That really does put a spanner in the works, doesn't it?
If someone can do a rain dance for us, that'd be nice.
I just want cold weather.
Yeah.
I don't think that's too much to ask for.
Not in March, it shouldn't be.
Okay, well, maybe I do my Williams outfit on the Saturday then.
I don't even know who Williams is or what team it is.
Okay.
There is cocoa saliva all on my laptop.
You're welcome. Okay, well, anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program.
I think that was it for like general
chit chat.
I was busy eating, everyone. But, guys, breaking news. We've actually watched the same things this week. Is that not crazy? Unless, do you have pop culture stuff?
Oh, the Oscars?
Oh, yeah. I didn't watch it. I didn't pay.
Okay, I'll whip up the Oscar winners. Oscars was on this week, guys. And I watched Wicked again this weekend. I cannot believe that it didn't win more.
What did it win, though? I feel like that's going to determine
whether
I feel bad for
I'm going to go through the winners. So Best Picture was Anora.
I want to see that.
I'm intrigued. But what I've seen on TikTok hasn't really won me over. Best Actor, Adrian Brody in The Brutalist.
Annoying,
Best Actress, Mikey Madison in Anora.
Cute.
Best Production Design, Wicked.
Mm-hmm.
Best Animated Feature, Flow. Haven't seen that. Best Original Song, El Mal. I don't know what that's from. Anyway. Best Director, Sean Baker, Anora. Anora really cleaned up. I'm thinking of Amelia Perez is the one that I've seen on TikTok that hasn't won me over. Anora is meant to be
Anora is the one
Anora is the one about the sex worker and she gets married.
Yeah, the clip I've seen is she's like doing the dance on the living room floor and he's on the couch. Yeah. Super cunty.
No, that one I want to see. Yeah. Best Supporting Actress, Zoe Saldana in Amelia Perez. Mm-hmm. Best Supporting Actor, Kieran Culkin in A Real Pain. Now, God bless that man.
I actually watched A Real Pain during the week because it's on Disney
Plus, yeah.
And it's like, because it's about two Jewish cousins who go over to Europe, particularly like Poland and stuff. And they go on this like historic tour about like obviously what happened to the Jews in World War II because their grandma was in a concentration camp. Mm-hmm. And so they're doing that and it's all about how like it's a bit of that. It's about their relationship, whatever. It was kind of like neither here nor there for me because like I couldn't relate to it because I'm not Jewish, anything like that. But I will say Kieran Culkin's acting, he is unreal. Yeah. He's so good.
Deserved. Can you not eat my donut, please? And then Wicked also won Best Costume Design.
Coco.
Can you stop?
We're being robbed.
You're such a weasel.
We're being robbed. Conclave won Best Adapted Screenplay. I want to see that as well.
I do too. And it's very apt because the Pope is very, very sick at the moment. So we might be going through a conclave soon.
Oh, is that what it means? Like when they have to switch over popes?
Yeah, when they pick a new pope, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what it meant.
Well, that's what the movie's about. I don't know if that's what the word means.
Oh, I don't know why. I don't know why I thought this. And I've completely just made this up. I thought it was like a cunty movie about like the Pope and shit.
It is.
I thought they made him a little gay in it. But I think I've made that up. I think
it's just like a little gay because like they're all in their little costumes and they've got to like really like what's it called?
Hang out together?
No. Just fucking dance for their life for this position. Really?
So you think he can dance?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cardinal Lawrence is one of the world's most secretive and ancient events, participating in the selection of a new pope. Surrounded by powerful religious leaders in the halls of the Vatican, he soon uncovers a trail of deep secrets that could shake the very foundation of the Roman Catholic Church. Again,
Apparently
I don't know.
In it, there's one of the popes or like one of the cardinals, and he's just like in his little dress vaping, and I'm like, that's a fucking vibe.
I think that's where I'm like,
that's a vibe.
I thought it was like a not serious thing made
No,
by
it's-
non-religious people taking almost the mickey a little bit out of.
No, it's very serious, but it's
okay.
very like, who is this diva? Because yeah, it's just a group of men in dresses just doing their thing.
That's so cute. I love that.
Yeah, such a slay.
That's so funny.
Let me see some Letterbox reviews. I'm sure Letterbox will show me.
Oh man, I really want to see it.
I want to buy it, but it's like $26, and I'm like, I'm not. Come on, to rent? Really?
No, I literally was desperate.
Most diabolical vape hit of all time. Your Eminence, may I spill the tea?
I was so desperate to find something to watch last night, but there's nothing fucking out. It was a week when nothing got released. And I looked at this, I looked at Baby Girl, I looked at the Bridget Jones movie. And because they're so new, it's like $30 to
Yeah,
rent.
I
And
know.
I'm like,
I
"Ugh."
can't justify it. See, here we go. 4 stars. Divas in long dresses gossiping with each other about trying to snatch a win. This is basically RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay, see, that's probably the review that I saw. And that's why I'm like, what do you mean it's not about popes being a little gay?
I really want to watch it.
I took it seriously.
Anyway, slay. Everyone looked great at the Oscars. That's all that I have to report. You're welcome. I do still want to watch all the movies that have won.
We say this every year.
No, but I will.
Yeah.
Conclave, Emilia Perez, Honora,
Oh my God.
and The Brutalist. That's pretty much it.
I actually hit rock bottom last night. No, this is so embarrassing to admit. So I was like, I'm desperate to watch something. Like and nothing was hitting. Anyway, and there was like a section on Netflix, and it was like movies about people essentially and their and their stories.
Every movie ever made.
And their stories, and they're like I don't know if it was like award winning, but it was like prestigious films. Anyway, one of them was called like Hillbilly Elegy or something, and when I looked at the synopsis, it's about JD Vance and his life growing up in the Appalachian Mountains or whatever, in like from like a poor family kind of thing. And it was like,
is JD Vance the guy from Backstreet Boys?
No, JD Vance is the vice president of the United States right now. No. Oh, who are the Backstreat Boys? What
Is there a Backstreet Boy called Vance?
No.
Who am I thinking of? NSYNC, maybe?
Yeah, I'm having a look. Lance Bass was in sync. No, JD Vance is that fucking annoying little rat that's like the vice president.
Is he from Backstreet?
No, and I'm like,
why would you watch a movie about Backstreet Boys if nothing's hitting? That's crazy.
no, but it gets worse. So this is about JD Vance. Apparently he'd written a book about his life, and this movie was made about his life. And I'm thinking, anyway, I was like, fuck it, I'll watch. I love a hillbilly, right? So I'm going to watch it. And then I got like 20 minutes in, and I had like a visceral reaction, and I got the ick. I was like, I am not sitting here right now watching a fucking biopic about JD Vance.
Your TV get thrown out your front window.
I was appalled with myself. I was like, what do you mean? Of everything that I could watch, I selected a JD Vance biopic. That's disgusting.
You should have watched the Lance biopic instead.
Just like features in it. Anyway, so I turned that off. I didn't watch it. I felt disgusted with myself.
Was it a good life?
No, I couldn't get past the fact that I was watching a JD Vance. And then, because like early on, he's at uni and...
Look at this little nugget. She's never like this.
I know. It must be nice. He's at uni and his girlfriend, who is now his wife, is like... Because I Googled to see if it's like they're still together or whatever. She's a woman of color which I find absolutely fucking crazy when he has like the beliefs that he has or like he is the person that he is. I'm like, how can you be married to a woman of color but just hate the whole universe?
Yeah.
Do you know, like, it just doesn't marry up. And I'm
Yeah.
also like, how can you as a woman of color be with someone who's so fair?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know much about him. But yeah, that was what I watched. Anyway, let's talk about the documentary that we both watched.
Yep, go for it.
So this was your recommendation because you kept seeing it all over TikTok. And I was, again, in the pits of trying to watch something. So we watched The Fox Hollow Murders, Playground of a Serial Killer on Disney+.
When in doubt, watch a crime doco.
We've been smashing crime docos the last few weeks.
And like, it's like, this one really interests me because I had never heard about this one.
No.
Yeah.
Neither. And like when we go through it,
it's crazy.
How is this not as famous as like a Jeffrey Dahmer or a Ted Bundy?
I think because it happened at the same time.
Right. Okay.
As, like Jeffrey Dahmer, Wayne Gacy, those got the media
Damn, the
attention.
90s was something different.
And this one just kind of went under the rug a little bit.
The 90s got all the serial killers. Like, I just cannot imagine a serial killer existing in today's day and age.
I think it's because, like, it's just a different time. Like, it's a different kind of crime that people are interested in now.
I wonder if, like, social media changes that as well. Like, it's harder to be...
Yeah, definitely.
Mysterious.
Yeah, 100%.
And just get away. Because if some guy is loitering weirdly in a nightclub, that's going to be all over TikTok. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, you can't get away with shit these days.
Nah, yeah.
Anyway, so the documentary... It's about Jeff Jellison, who he works for the police in Indianapolis. Is that how you pronounce it?
In Indiana, yeah.
And he launches a new investigation decades after thousands of bones were found in the woods behind Fox Hollow Farms.
Is he a coroner?
Yeah, I think so. Using new DNA technology, they work to identify the human remains, bringing closure to the victims' families. So... it's like a 4 or 5 part series, and it starts out talking about how in the 80s and 90s in Indianapolis there was like this gay scene, but it was kind of like underground gay scene because they still weren't obviously like widely accepted, but they had this thriving night scene where these people could go and feel safe, but then a bunch of gay men were going missing, and then it turned out that there was this one guy named Herb Baumeister who was like married, had kids, lived on this big farm, and he is suspected of like meeting these men in these nightclubs, luring them back to his farm, which was the Fox Hollow Farm, and then murdering them and burying them or like disposing of their bodies in the woods behind his house. And how did it come about that they figured it out? So it was the Mark Goodyear guy. We'll come back to him. Keep that name in your mind.
Didn't his kid find like a skull or something on
that
the farm?
Started it, and the wife kind of was like, that's weird, but didn't do anything about it. But then Mark Goodyear...
He tipped off the police.
He tipped off the police because he's apparently the only survivor to have come across, cross paths with Herb Baumeister and not be murdered. And then that triggered the police to go and have a look at the house, go have a look at the woods. Shit, you know, they didn't even have to try. They went out into those woods, and there was just human bones and bone fragments just everywhere and anywhere. Like, there was no trying and hiding this. And while this is all happening, Herb Baumeister fled to Canada because all the heat was on him, and he ended up offing himself.
Yeah.
So there was no real closure to it, but people still believe that like he 100% did this. So they found like 10,000 human bones and bone fragments in the woods in the creek behind the house, which is fucking insane. And then they were saying in the documentary that this is the second largest finding of unidentified human bones, second to 9/11.
How crazy. And there's like, I don't know if you already said this because I just disassociated for a bit. But yeah, there's like almost 10,000 bits of bone that are yet to be identified.
Yeah. I did just say that, but thank you for reiterating.
Yeah. I just zoned out for a second. Apologize.
It was literally like I said that the sentence before.
Period. Yeah, crazy.
So then they're interviewing the coroner who's like really trying to figure this all out. They're interviewing police that worked on the case back then. They also interview this guy named, what's his name? Steve Ainsworth. So Steve Ainsworth is a bad bitch, okay? Because he has worked on something like 2,500 cold cases, some of which include like the John Benet Ramsey case, some really high profile cases. And every single case he's worked on, except for the John Benet Ramsey case, he's helped close, which is wild.
Crazy.
Then you've got Rob Graves, he's the current homeowner of Fox Hollow Farm. And then we've got a lovely character named Mark Goodyear. Now, Mark Goodyear met her back in the 80s, 90s in the club or whatever. And
in the club, we all fam.
I just pictured Connell Wood for a second. And apparently, Herb took Mark Goodyear back to his home and was going to apparently kill him, but Mark Goodyear somehow got away and he survived. But then there's reports that like him and Herb were dating for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And then other people have reported that wherever Herb was, Goodyear was kind of seen. Mm-hmm. So, and then we'll come back to Goodyear in a bit, but he's just fucked.
He's crazy.
He's pretty nuts. I loved Steve Ainsworth so much. Like, if I go missing or I'm murdered or anything, my death somehow ends up in like a cold case, you better ring Steve Ainsworth because I know that man's going to find me.
When would you call in me as a missing person?
If you didn't reply to my text message within 24 hours, I'm starting to message everyone else. I'm messaging Nikki.
Really?
I'm messaging everyone.
24 hours. Okay, that's
24 hours. Because, like, I've got to allow for a nap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so 24 hours. And then I'd start, messaging Nikki and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then if no one has seen you, I'm ringing the police. I probably wouldn't even have to ring that many people. I'd message the Pilates group chat.
Yeah.
I'd ask Nicole and I'd ask Nikki.
Yeah. They're all the people that see me.
If none of those people have heard or seen from you within the last 24 hours,
that's fair.
The police are being called.
Yeah.
That I'm concerned, and I'm messaging Steve Ainsworth on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I'm saying we have a
Yours,
crisis.
I think, would be the same, except my people would be Nicole, Pilates group chat, and then I'd DM Manuel on Instagram and be like, has she replied to you?
Manuel's a bit hard because, like, realistically, I probably speak to Manuel once a fortnight.
Really? I thought you'd text more.
No. So you have to...
Oh, no, I'd call Mark. Oh, my God. Obviously. Duh. Yeah.
If Mark hasn't heard from me...
Yeah.
In the morning...
Mark, yeah.
At lunchtime...
Yeah.
And or at nighttime... Yeah. I am gone.
Yeah.
I am dead.
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
You've gone somewhere.
Yeah. Pretty much. Also... I pretty much post my Instagram stories every day.
Yeah, true.
So you should check for that as well. So I was looking on Reddit when I was watching this. People think Rob Graves is in on it. The homeowner.
Yeah.
Because people were like, this dude is so fucking sketchy.
He's sketchy, yeah.
He was fidgeting when Steve Ainsworth came in and was like grilling him. And... he explicitly says, I do not think Mark Goodyear was involved. Which is a crazy fucking...
What an odd thing to say.
But then...
you'd only say that if you knew more.
Particularly when, like, you've known Mark Goodyear for 10 years.
Yeah.
They've known each other for 10 years.
Yeah.
Mark Goodyear has come to the house a number of times.
Yeah.
Like, Rob Graves is aware of Mark Goodyear.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there having met this crazy motherfucker and gone...
No, he's fine.
Not him.
Harmless. Harmless.
Don't look here.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think it's more or less... I think Rob Graves loves the attention.
Yeah. He's a diva.
I think he's written a book, actually, about this.
That's crazy.
I need a burp again. What did I say his name was? Rob...
Graves.
Graves. What a funny name. Fox Hollow book. Yeah, he's written a book. Horrors of Fox Hollow Farm. The Unraveling... sorry. This is written stupid. Unraveling the History and Hauntings of a Serial Killer's Home. Written by Richard and Robert Graves. Who the fuck is Richard?
Son? Brother?
That's so weird to me. So, like, he's financially... Because then people were like, if he's published this book, who's to say that he's not in cahoots with fucking Mark Goodyear and he's making a profit off of the book and then funneling that money through to Mark Goodyear? Which brings me to Mark Goodyear. So, like I said, he claims to be, like, the only survivor. But when you see him on camera, this man is
wackadoodle.
Totally deranged.
He's actually wackadoodle.
Totally fucking deranged. Like, full speaking to himself. He has this one riddle that he keeps going on about, and he's like, not an accomplice, not a victim, never attacked. What am I? The fuck?
He's like a villain in Batman.
Yeah.
Like, truly.
He's so tall and lanky, and he's like going around like this, like,
yeah.
He looks terrifying, and he's just like, he's so weird. And then they would ask him questions, and he would be like, I'm not going to answer that right now. I'm going to save that for my next film.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, he's like, let's discuss that in our next series. Sir.
You know what? I love a queen that manifests, though. He's like, I'm going to get fucking...
Such a bizarro. Do you reckon he would have to have been in on it, hey?
Well, because he alleges that he was only there that one time, right? And then he does like a walkthrough of the house, and he's like, there was all these videotapes in here, and all, like, if you watch the videotapes, you would like freak the fuck out with what was on them. They were so like scary and foul, and it was like stuff that Herb was doing to people. You know, this camera here was doing this, and over here is where he was like burning the bodies, and you could see it from this window, and this happened here. I'm like, dude,
how do you know that from one trip? Yeah.
Yeah. Then there was this random story where this guy, what was his, I can't remember what his name was. It started with an L. Leroy or whatever. Kid Leroy.
Kid Leroy was in this.
Leroy. And this guy had, I can't even remember how this came up. He claimed that he had gone to Herb's house for like a party thing, and I think it was only a small group. They go out onto like the back patio area, and someone comes out in like a trench, like theatrical whatever. It's like a trench coat and like this whole weird get up.
Performance.
Yeah.
It's RuPaul's Drag Race again. Yeah.
And I'm picturing like, this isn't going to make sense to anyone, but there's a new character in Sims 4 that's wearing like a trench coat and a hat, and it's like... Anyway.
You're right. No one will get that reference. You're so right.
Anyway, and this person comes out and they start saying all this weird shit. And there's like this young guy there, and he's being like held, his arms are being held behind him or something by Mark Goodyear, they think. Or he's like handcuffed or something. And then the person in the trench coat pulls out a gun and shoots the guy.
Oh!
And then...
In front of everyone.
And then everyone's just like...
What a show. What a show.
So fucking weird. And then the people who aren't in on it kind of manage to flee, including this Leroy guy. And they claim that the person in the trench coat was her Baumeister. And then Mark Goodyear was the one that was like
holding him back, yeah.
Is that not insane of a story?
That's wild, yeah.
Who's making that? Just seems like an obscure thing to make up.
Yeah, 100%.
What did you think of this documentary?
I really liked it. It had all the kooky characters. Like, it kind of had a bit of closure, but it's still kind of like, it's still open because there's so many bodies that are yet to be uncovered. But
that's the crazy part.
On TikTok, people are speculating that Herb was also the I-70 Strangler. Have you heard of the I-70 Strangler? So the I-70 Strangler is the nickname of an unidentified serial killer who murdered at least 12 boys and men in the Midwestern United States between 1980 and 1991. All of the victims' bodies were discovered in areas alongside Interstate 70. That's why it's called I-70. Right. But you look at the sketch of the perpetrator and put it against Herb, chillingly similar. And also the I-70 strangler, it's a coincidence that those murders stopped happening as soon as Herb kind of like moved into the farm.
Interesting.
And people are saying that like maybe like it was him, and like because he had the farm, he had a place to put the bodies now, so that's why he stopped just dumping them along the I-70.
Yeah, right.
And then it makes sense because the times of the I-70 strangler murders were during the summertime, and the summertime was when Herb's wife and kids would go away on their vacations. So like the MO kind of matches, and like the victims like demographics and stuff matches to what Herb's victims were.
That's... It annoys me that he offed himself.
Very much so.
Like... I want to know, and I know I'm not the only one. Like, I'm not even affected by this, but I'm like, I need to know.
Yeah. 100%.
I need to know. I can't believe that he didn't even really try and hide the human remains.
Yeah, pop them in his garden.
He was basically just scattering them around. And, like, I just don't understand. And people raise this. There is no way that Herb did this by himself.
No.
To have killed 25 or more people.
That's why I think that's why a lot of people on TikTok as well think that either the new owner or Mark were involved, because like that's a lot of work for just one person.
I definitely think that Mark was involved. I don't think that Rob Graves, the new owner, was involved.
He knows some shit though.
But I think he definitely knows some shit. Or I just don't understand, why is he friends with Mark Goodyear? Because this guy is fucking wackadoodle.
Yeah. Like
the craziest person.
For a crime doco, I did enjoy it though. I felt like it was a good watch.
I haven't seen a crime doco with a crazy person like this for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Like you have to watch it just to see Mark Goodyear.
Yeah. Like it's chilling.
You know, in Long
creepy.
Legs.
Yeah. Very much gives him.
Yeah.
100%.
Like full, like laughing to himself. Yeah. Like just saying the weirdest shit.
And like in the doco, how he was saying that like after Herb was like stalking him, he would stalk him back, and then like he would stalk him to the clubs in Indiana, and then he would stand on the couch in the club and be like, "Do not go home with this man. He is a killer." Like I was like, "Oh my god, this diva."
But I don't believe that, because if that was really happening,
someone would have come forward.
People would have reported that when there was all the like news reports about these people going missing and all of that. Someone would have been like, there's a fucking wackadoodle redhead standing in the nightclub.
Someone's saying some shit. Yeah.
Calling this guy nonce. Like, look into this man. Part of me also thinks, because there is like, Mark Goodyear has to be like mentally deranged, right? Part of me wonders if like maybe he was tied to her Baumeister or whatever, somehow didn't get killed, but maybe he didn't participate in the killings and all of that, but he's got a screw loose, and I think maybe there's the possibility that he just wanted to be involved, wanted to be included, like he just, because he's not all there, do you know what I mean? And so like I don't know if I believe everything that he says, but then I'm like, the most likely outcome is that
he was involved somehow.
Like
the logistics of it, at least.
I think it's because he says so much. Like, if you were involved, you wouldn't participate in documentaries. Like, no. He's saying so much.
Yeah.
Which is a crazy thing.
And you know how, like, sometimes, like, people, like, serial killers, they like to go back to where it happened to, like, relive it and, like, you know, feel that emotion again.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know, I'm 50-50. But Herb definitely didn't do it alone. No way.
Just makes me so mad.
And do you know what? The craziest thing that was said the whole fucking series was one of the police officers that worked on this when it was happening literally says the real victim is Herb's wife and children.
Yeah.
Bitch, 25-something men were killed.
Yeah.
And you want to say the real victim is his wife and children?
No, the real victim are the victims that are dead. But
Yeah.
I mean,
that we can't identify.
Like, I get it. Like, I have sympathy for the family, but like, this isn't.
They walked away
respectfully, this isn't
unscathed.
about them. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, nah. And also,
while we're at it,
you've got to be away from the house for a lot if you're out there luring men in.
Like,
then you're murdering them.
If your husband is like really egging you on to have these regular trips without him with the kids, does that not raise a few questions?
Men don't care about you.
No. Like, what the fuck are you up to?
Yeah.
Why are you wanting me out of this house all the time?
I just think he would have to be away from the house so often and just always busy. In what world is any woman going to be like, no, that's fine, never be home?
That's normal behavior.
That's normal behavior.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway. What a crazy time. You know what? I would give it 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
I feel like we could have done with less episodes.
Yeah.
Like, we could have summarized.
This would have been a 4 if it was a 3-parter for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
think less episodes. We could have just jumped straight to the good year part, like a small summary about what had happened. A lot more on good year. As much as I love Steve Ainsworth, and I think he's an absolute diva, he didn't necessarily solve anything. So I'm like, him coming in and questioning people very casually, just purely, I think, for the doco's sake, felt like unnecessary. Yeah, it just felt unnecessary. It just felt like you could get a really cool guy to come in and add his weight. Whereas, like, it would have been cooler if he could have solved something.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, figure it out. Figure it the fuck out.
Yeah.
Steve, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? Still a big fan of him. But yeah, interesting watch. Definitely, there's fucking nothing else on. So everyone go watch this.
It's on Disney Plus. I don't know if we mentioned that.
Yeah, there's a few docos on there. There's that
Scamander, yeah.
I started watching that one. I've already oh no, yeah, I remember she had the cancer. That was alright, but it's very similar to
Apple cider vinegar.
Yes, very very similar.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah,
Mel Gibson, not to be mistaken for Mel Gibson.
Not
Mel Gibson.
Not good friend of the pod, Mel Gibson. Summer House. I want to talk about Summer House.
Okay.
So in this week's episode, they are having a dinner, and well, it all kind of starts earlier in the episode where during the week they're at one of fucking Kyle's DJ sets, and Paige is showing Sierra all the text messages that Kyle had sent her that morning, literally raging, being like, ripping into her about Hannah Burner going on to another podcast, shit talking Kyle, basically saying that he was the reason that she didn't get invited back to Summer House back in like season 5. And then he's like, you know what? Actually, I'm also pissed off at Craig, her boyfriend, and starts ripping into Craig because he had signed a deal to promote a competitor alcohol brand.
Yeah.
And Paige is like, what the fuck? Like, I haven't done anything besides, like, be Hannah's best friend and be Craig's girlfriend. Why the fuck are you coming? Like, you're messaging the wrong person.
Yeah. Why am I getting involved?
And it all kicks off at the dinner party that weekend at the house. It was meant to be, like, for Lindsay's gender reveal. And Paige kind of, like, brings it all up. And then her and Kyle start going at it. Kyle's like, you know, you don't know what it's like. All these, like, defamatory rumors going around. And Craig's a bitch. And rah, rah. And then Paige stands her ground. I love Paige, first and foremost. But then when she is in her bedroom or whatever, decompressing, and then Amanda comes in. And then they start crying. And she's like...
I don't want to fight with you again. Like,
yeah, she was saying how scared she is that what happened between Amanda and Hannah will happen to her and Amanda, and how she feels like she can't have a bachelorette if she gets married because she couldn't have both Amanda and Hannah there. But when they started crying, sobbing, I was...
Stop licking my plate.
I was sobbing. I was like, I love Paige and Amanda.
Yeah.
And it was so sad. And I feel like last season and this season, it's improved so much because all the women in the house get along now.
Mm.
And it's like all about female friendship. And I'm like, I love this show.
Yeah. Yep. Here.
Oh, and then I watched Southern Charm. Have you watched that?
Yeah.
And then Craig and Austin pretty much had the same moment.
They cried.
In a different font.
Yeah.
Because they've been beefing all season.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, you keep going. Oh.
No, please interrupt me to say nothing.
I'll butt in later. I think I've been really good with my less interruption this episode.
It's because you've had nothing to say.
Yeah, exactly. Shep.
Oh, we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all season, Craig and Austin have been fighting because Austin feels like Craig is too busy putting on this persona that he's like this perfect guy, like super clean, like super straight edge. And Craig's like, well, that's just not, like, drinking and partying is not the life for me anymore. I just want to sit at home on my couch, be in my backyard.
That's a fucking mood, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's it. And so they've been fighting all season. And then finally, they're in the Bahamas. Admittedly, this is a weird conversation to have when Craig is visibly drunk. He's walking around with a bottle of champagne. And he's so red. And he's like, the whole reason I don't want to go out and like I just want to be in my house is because I'm an addict, and if I don't sit on my couch and do nothing, then I'll go out and then I'll drink like a whole bottle of Jaeger, and like that's just not who I want to be. And he was like, you keep saying that I'm, you know, busy being this fake version of myself, being like super straight edge. He's like, but that's who I want to be. I'm doing that because that's who I want to be, because without that I'm just an addict. And like talking about Paige's role, and then they cried, and like people have said what a crazy scene because it's made people attracted to Austin.
What?
And when I say people, I mean I saw one girl post this on TikTok, and I'm like, well, maybe finally everyone's coming around to the dream that I had.
No.
Okay. Well,
absolutely not.
Whatever. But Shep, let's talk about Shep.
Shep, man.
Shep
is delusional.
I've
this season.
never seen Shep more like just a little bitch. Like, what do you mean? How are you that head over heels crazy delusional for someone that you've hung out with like twice?
Yeah, literally. I'm trying to like get the message up that he sends to, what's her name?
Sienna.
It's
so funny.
Bahamas.
So he is dating this girl.
So keeping in mind, this man is like what, 40?
46 or something. Huh. I think he's 46. Let me get it up. Shep Rose age 44. Sorry, my bad. Misaging him.
I mean, I believe 48. Did you say 48?
I said 46, but thanks for listening.
Also 48. We could go as high as 50 maybe.
He's dating this woman named Sienna. She's from the Bahamas, and every time
Sienna's like 20.
She'd be early
20.
Sienna.
I want to say 26. 24? 24 to 26.
They have an 18-year age gap. So what's 44 take 18? She is 26.
Yep, period.
And she's
already
stunning.
Yucky.
She's stunning. She's a model.
She's gorgeous.
Every chance
she's
he
Miss
gets,
Bahamas, pretty much.
Which every chance he gets, that's how he introduces her.
This
to
is
people.
Miss Bahamas.
She's Miss Bahamas. She's so amazing. Whatever. They have physically hung out maybe 3 times because she lives in the Bahamas, and he's like, I am in love with you. I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you. Keep in mind, when he was dating Taylor for many, many years, he was the complete opposite. Like, very much like,
But also, this man has always said that he doesn't believe in labels. So, like,
he's so weird.
He's like, you're the love of my life. I can see myself with you. Like, this is amazing. But also not willing to put a label on it.
But then, if anyone...
But then he calls her his girlfriend all the time. And I'm like...
Yeah, anyone who asks, he's like, she's my girlfriend. Like, we're in love. Whatever. And then when people ask her, she's like, we're not
went
together exclusively. And then he was like, well, labels are silly anyway.
Yeah.
Like, labels is such a millennial thing.
Bro, you're a boomer. Brother,
you were here when Jesus was around.
So Shep plans this trip for all of them to go to the Bahamas. So the whole cast joins him. He's like, I get to see Sienna. We get to all hang out. This is going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
This is the love of my life. It's going to be great. They get there. And you think if you're really into someone or you're dating someone or whatever, and you don't really get to see them that often, you would meet them at the airport,
yeah,
right?
you'd be front and center at the airport.
Especially if they're coming to your home country, you know, whatever. Sienna, crickets. Nowhere to be seen.
She's not even answering her phone,
Not picking up her phone, whatever. They're like outside waiting for their taxi or something. And then she finally picks up and she's like, oh. And he's like, I'm here. And she's like, oh, cool.
See you later.
I'll see you later then.
And he's like, oh.
He's like, oh, all right. And then like when they're on their way to the hotel, he's telling the guys that he's bought her like this fucking necklace. And you're thinking, oh yeah, it's going to be something like cute, like, you know, diamonds or like, you know, something real bougie. He's like, oh yeah, I got her a necklace and it's of like a legitimate megalodon tooth. Like it's a shark dinosaur
You know what
tooth.
I'm picturing? I'm picturing like you used to be able to get them at like the Maritime Museum in Port Adelaide. I had one and it was like on like rope kind of thing. Yeah. And it had the little white tooth. Yeah. In it. I'm picturing that.
Yeah, same.
I'm thinking, wow, he's going to give this to Miss Bahamas.
Like, okay, very rogue choice to go with, but also kind of very much Shep because just every choice this man makes is a mistake. Anyway.
Yeah.
So they go through this Bahamas trip. Everyone but Shep is living La Vida Loca. Shep's trying to book, like, find time with Sienna, but Sienna's just like, oh, I don't feel well, or...
He's, like, blowing up her phone.
Yeah. Oh, like, you know, I don't think I'm going to make it, whatever. And so they have a night out, and Sienna's meant to go, but she ends up bailing. And then... I'm pretty sure. And then...
Well, no, she comes to their hotel that night...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And she, like, goes into the men's suite or whatever, and she meets, like, well, she's met them all before, but she's, like, in there. And Craig's, like, immediately, I could tell the vibes were off. Like, she did not want to be there.
She is not keen.
She did not want to be there.
Yeah.
Shep's like, oh, come help me get dressed. Like, I've been waiting for you to help me get, like, pick out an outfit because you'll be able to, you know, pick the right thing. Yeah. So she goes into the room and she's kind of like, yeah, like, whatever, wear that. Like, that's fine.
I'll wait for you downstairs.
Yeah. And then she was like, oh, like, you get changed. I'll wait for you downstairs. And he's like, no, like.
I haven't seen you.
Yeah, wait here. And she's like, no.
No, it's fine. It's okay.
See you later.
I'll
and
see you.
Legs it.
She dips. And so everyone at this point, like, they all have dinner together and everyone at this point is like, she's not into you, dude.
No.
She's not into you. You need to let it go. You need to not be a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You had a good time, but shit, it's not going anywhere. And so, Shep, dear old Shep, goes fucking rogue when everyone's hee-haw, me, in their bed. Honk shoe, me.
Yeah.
Having a little sleep. He whips out his phone and he drafts this work of art. I'm going to read it word for word. So he sends this to Sienna. Now, bearing in mind, this has gone through no drafts. This hasn't gone through a QA with the friends. So he's just gone fucking rogue.
He went, I'm a one-hit wonder and I'm going to send this immediately.
In the wee hours of the morning too. Good morning, Sienna. Listen, I love seeing you and no one else. No one. But I'm not going to try to convince you. No, but I'm not going to try to convince someone they love me for 3 days, especially when I know deep down they do. What? Here's hoping you understand my feelings and exalt them.
I'll Google it.
What? On. I just don't feel this way ever. I know that you agree and feel a lot of what I do because I've heard it from those perfect little freckled lips. And those around us can say and think what they will, but we will have the last laugh and we'll have love, laughter, and everything that matters. Okay, my TED Talk is over.
Now, my favorite part is the next morning.
Oh, huh?
When he is telling Austin, poor Austin's like the first person awake, and Shep's like, come here. Let me tell you about this beautiful piece of art that I crafted and sent to
eyes open, and Shep's like, ding dong. I did a thing. A great thing.
He reads the message out to Austin, and Austin goes, "Ah."
He's like, you didn't send that. He's like, yes, I did.
Austin's
Yes, I
like,
did.
"Oh no. Oh my God." And then the best part is when Austin's in the living room area and Craig's there and Shep's reading the message to Craig now out loud.
They're pissing it.
And Austin cannot stop the laugh. Craig's like, what the fuck? Craig is a lot like me in the sense that from this point onwards, he's being really vocal, being like, she is not into you. You need to, sound insane.
Yeah.
You have to let it go. And he gets pretty riled up at the next dinner because then she was meant to go on a boat day with them.
Yeah.
She bails at the last minute.
She's like, I don't think I'm going to make it on time. And he's like, it's fine. We can wait for you. What's your ETA? She's like, I don't know.
Which is a crazy...
Bro,
why lie?
She doesn't want to be there. She doesn't want to be there.
And so then he's sulking his way down to the boat and he's miserable. And then they have dinner or whatever. I don't know if it's the same night or a different night. It's their last dinner. And she comes and he gifts her the tooth necklace.
Yes.
Which it was a lot prettier than what I was expecting it to be.
It was kind of cute.
And then they're at the dinner and they're talking about how he gifted her the necklace. And Taylor's like, "Oh, it's exactly like the one you gave me when we were together." Is that not crazy?
I love when men get caught out on rinse and repeating their
man.
fucking moves.
He really thought he did something.
He thought he did a number on him.
And then that's when it gets awkward because then Craig starts interrogating her and he's like, "Are you guys in a relationship?" And she was like, "No, we're not."
She's like, "No, we weren't. I wouldn't say we were exclusive."
Meanwhile, Shep's
flabbergasted in the corner.
Shep's like, "Well, I don't like labels anyway, but we're in love." Poor Shep. And then she leaves.
No, not poor Shep. Shep's a fucking loser.
Yeah, that's fair. And then, oh my God, she leaves. And then the way that Shep's just so miserable. It's kind of funny. The delusion of this man, not even cute delusion. Read the fucking room.
Yeah. She is not she doesn't care about you, bro.
The fact that he's like, "I'm not going to force someone to say that they love me even though I know
that you do. What?
Me to everyone.
What?
I'm going to use that.
What do you mean?
All the time now. I'm going to say it to everyone.
That's crazy.
Me to every if we meet one of the drivers at the Formula One, we're not going to, but imagine we did.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I'm not going to force you to say you love me, but I know that you do.
I know that you do.
I know that you do.
Those perfect freckled lips said so.
Oh my God.
Yuck!
Oh.
Brother.
If a man said that to me, I need to lay down. I think, personally, that I would kill myself.
Oh, it's crazy behavior.
And that's just me. But the real victim here is us.
For having to live through that.
Because there's nothing else on.
Yeah.
Where's all the good TV? But have you watched any of the new White Lotus?
No.
Okay, so season 3, it's set in Thailand, whatever. And there's this one family and they're this rich family. It's the mum, the dad, 2 sons and a daughter. The dad's played by the guy that plays Lucius Malfoy in Harry Potter. Yeah. Anyway, turns out that, what's his name? Mike White, the guy that created White Lotus, he based that family off of the people in Southern Charm. And he explicitly said to them, study Southern Charm because this is the vibe I want you to give. And so the dad is based off of Thomas Ravenel, who was in the earlier seasons. The mum is based off of Patricia. And then the kids, I guess, are just an amalgamation of the rest of the characters. But when I tell you the mum and the dad literally embody T-Rav and Patricia,
really?
Yeah. To the point where Patricia got, she did an interview and they asked her about it. And she was like, they got it spot on. She was spot on. The only qualm that she had was she was however, the woman walks around with a branded Louis Vuitton bag. She's like, I wouldn't be seen dead with a bag with branding on it. I just had butted the mic. And I thought that was pretty iconic.
Damn.
Yeah.
There you
Isn't that
go.
funny?
I love that Mike White got inspiration from Southern Charm. That's so Mike White, though.
He's
such a diva.
Might be one of my favourite people in the world.
Have you ever seen him on the season of Survivor?
No, but I've like seen like little mini clips.
It's so funny. He just doesn't give a fuck.
Like, was he on Survivor first and then he like did movies and TV shows and stuff?
I think he had like maybe the first season of White Lotus was out.
Right.
Maybe. Yeah.
Was White Lotus out when Mike, oh my God, I can't type, went on Survivor? Oh, it's saying that it wasn't.
Oh.
Oh, okay, so you're a liar.
I was just talking shit. There you go.
Interesting. Oh, no, here we go. So, yeah, so he was on Survivor in 2018, which was 3 years before the first season of White Lotus debuted on HBO in 2021.
Did that come out in 2021? Damn.
Yeah. Right? That's pretty
Shit.
crazy. I also...
Maybe he got inspiration for White Lotus.
Well, not a lot of, but a whole heap of people that were on Survivor with him, he's had in the series.
Bless.
So, like, there was a guy who was in season 1 who was from Survivor. There was 2 women from Survivor that were in season 2. And then 2 people. You haven't even seen it, so it doesn't fucking matter. But there was, in episode 1 of season 3, there's this black couple that sit down in the restaurant, and they were on Survivor.
Slay.
Yeah. How fun.
There you go.
Mike White is so funny.
He's
So I want Mike White to do my biopic when I die.
Yep.
And I want Steve Ainsworth to be the investigator on my death.
We can make that happen.
Yes. Thank you.
No worries.
Who would play... If you could have a movie made about your life, who would play...
Oh.
I think Zendaya should play you.
Should need to wear a fat suit.
I feel like you look like Zendaya.
What?
I do. Especially with that hair.
Girl, you fucking lost the plot. You've actually...
Why are we laughing?
I get Backstreet Boys Lance to play you.
What the fuck? Fuck you. I don't want... No, he's so... This man has frosted tips. Why the fuck does he have frosted tips in the year of 2025? No, do you know who they would have play me?
Who?
One moment, please. Just... Hold music, please. Bella Ramsey, the girl from The Last of Us. That's who everyone would cast to play me.
No.
I think me as a child, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how far back would you want your biopic to go?
Oh, I want my whole life to be covered. So there's like at least 3 people playing me.
I get Jason Statham to play Mark.
I always say to Pat at work that he looks like Jason. He looks nothing like Jason Statham. The only like comparison is that he has a very shaved head and rides motorbikes. And
Jason Statham.
I'm like, that's Jason Statham. It does
personality.
make him feel good about himself, though.
I'm sure it does.
No, do you know who would play Mark?
Who?
Jerry Seinfeld. Don't you think that looks like Mark? No. You don't think that looks like Mark in the slightest bit?
Maybe with like a cap on and a singlet.
Like a bald cap? Like, no, look, that's Mark. I don't know who Jackie looks like.
Oh.
You know who Jamie looks... I think Jamie looks like Michaela from Pilates.
No, you've actually lost the plot.
Anyway, okay. Whatever. I don't give a fuck anymore. This place is full of haters. I bring you
Lance from Backstreet Boys.
You think you're so funny.
Dude. No, I don't know who would play you. I can't think of the minute someone's like, give me a cast for so and so. I forget who's a actor.
I don't know who I look like.
Anna Kendrick.
Did you see? Oh, I'm so glad you brought it up. Did you?
This episode just keeps going. You think it's gonna end? Boom, another 20 minutes.
Did you see?
Can't even see her.
I'm so fucking depleted, guys. Like,
yeah, you keep talking.
let me just talk about this for a second. So, the next iteration of that film, A Simple Favor, with Anna Kendrick.
I've heard about this. Haven't watched it.
What's her face?
Have
Blake
you seen
Lively. It? I've seen like half of it.
Yeah,
It
okay.
wasn't my thing. Anyway, they've been doing their press tour, and
have they?
Yes, they have.
I got told that they like that movie, the first one, went straight to streaming. No, or maybe it's the second one. I can't. Okay, let me tell you what I got told.
No, you tell me all the things that aren't true, please.
I think they finished filming the second one, but because Anna and Blake didn't get along, they refused to do any press for it. So it went straight to either it got canned completely, even though like the film was pretty much done, or it went straight to streaming and they just didn't do a release or anything for it.
That's crazy because everything you said is wrong. Because this weekend they had that Southwest by South, I don't know what it's called, the SS, whatever. And
what?
It's like a film festival.
Oh, okay.
South by Southwest or whatever. And the movie premiered at this film festival, and Blake and Anna Kendrick were both in attendance with that Michael Marone guy, whatever his name. I don't even think that's his name. And they were doing their like little press run, and journalists were asking Anna Kendrick, you know, what's it like to work with Blake Lively, and how's it been doing the film with all the press around, you know, It Ends With Us and Blake and Justin Baldoni's relationship. Anna Kendrick dodging these questions like the Matrix. Literally. When they asked her about, you know, how's it been doing this movie with all the press around Blake with the other film, and she goes, well, you know, I've been doing what is it called? What is it? Ayahuasca?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, that. She's, I've been doing that for the last year, so, you know, I'm not really up to date with everything. And then, like, someone asked her, how is it working with Blake Lively? And she goes, oh, you know, and walks off. Right? And then there's a point where Blake and Anna Kendrick are both on stage, or, like, both standing together, whatever. And Blake is talking into a microphone, and Anna's just standing there looking at the ground, and her body language screams, I don't want to be here.
Yikes.
Right now. And Blake Lively, I don't know. Maybe I just have grown to not like her off the back of this It Ends With Us stuff.
She gives bad juju.
She gives bad juju.
Ever since Gossip Girl. Like, I'm sorry, if Leighton Meester doesn't get along with you, you're not a girl's girl.
Period.
Yeah.
We love Leighton Meester.
Yeah.
I tried to watch It Ends With Us this week. Trash.
Womp womp.
Absolute fucking trash. I did not get past the rooftop scene.
Damn, that's like the first bit.
Yeah. I can't get past two people who are basically near retirement playing people. I mean, I know that
23-year-old.
Yeah, and I know that in the film they're not 23, but in the book they were.
Yeah.
And I can't get past it. It's, you know, the chemistry is not there. The chemistry is not, and you want me to watch this now? Nah, they've ruined that film.
Hate to say it.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's all my thoughts.
Cool.
For this week.
Nice.
I'd like everyone to give me a round of applause. And if anyone was wondering, this is the foot that the crab bit me on.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Dogs are out this week. All right,
You're welcome,
folks.
YouTube.
I know people have been begging to see the dogs.
There you go.
That's it, folks.
Have a great week, everyone.
Have the best week.
Everyone, pray for cold weather. Thank you.
We might see you next week. We might not. We're 50-50 on how we're going to do an episode next week when we're at the Formula One, but we'll keep everyone posted.
Yeah. Period.
And we will see you when we see you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God.